we no longer recognize those members of staff. So what we have to do, some of those staffs must have left probably they've left the company. Are we going to invite them and issue another one whatever? So the company will have to come to our aid. If a very big challenge, that simple explanation we just make, we must consider all those people. And this person that the company had paid on behalf of has left the employment, gone to another company. The person is not even in the country. You see why we'll be very careful to handle such a case. We do it, we solve it, but it will take some time. I'm able to answer that.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Ajibi. I think in addition, in order to avoid this problem of multiple payer ID, please let us encourage taxpayers to go to the bank with their e-citizen card. Once they are making payment through e-citizen card, there can be multiple payer ID. They will maintain that single payer ID. Please let us pass the information across to them. Thank you. Yeah, let me call on Mr. David Sotikare, who is going to take us through automated revenue receipt. He is from Department of Control and Enhancement. Mr. David, please.
Again, I want to say welcome to this year workshop. And I'm sure that the workshop so far has been fruitful. And very quickly, I want to go into what I have with me here without taking much ado. We'll be looking at ARR, an acronym for Automated Revenue Receipt. Before I go ahead, I want to say that. Okay, on your manual, you can just turn to page 13. Page 13. Automated Revenue Receipt. Yes, like I said, as I go ahead, there are some new information or features that have been added to the Automated Revenue Receipt. For example, we have the last tax paid / last tax clearance. This has been added to know, for the last tax paid, to know the latest time an individual or a company pay its tax, and the feed is on the ARR. Also on the features, we have the QR code. This QR code is another feature that will enable us to easily, smartly, and quickly verify the authentication or the genuineness of an automated revenue receipt. Now in these sessions, I'm going to take us through 3 modules or 3 ways through which you can validate or verify the genuineness of an automated revenue receipt. And as we do that, please I want to implore you to open to page 16. I want to start with web validation. My colleague that left here, Mr. Okoro, told us how we can log onto the Lagos State website. We'll need this because sometimes in validating receipts, you need to use this medium. The website is www.LASG-MDAs.EBS-RCM.com. Now let me just, when you log on to the website, www.lasg-ebs-rcm.com, there's a part there that you have receipt validation, quick receipt validation. We'll go there, but let me just run through it. You enter the receipt code that the person has brought. That is the alphanumeric item that you have there. After logging in that, you also put in your own phone number. Then you click on validate receipt. It will bring out some information. The information you have to 4 basic items to ensure maybe it's genuine or not. And the item, number 1, you have the receipt number. 2, the amount paid. Number 3, the date of payment. And 4, name of payer. If you don't have this information, it means that the receipt is not valid. So, like I said, we'll go through that later. Then secondly, like we advise, when you want to render service to customer, it is good to log in as an agency. Why we need to do this is to ensure that when the person is bringing the receipt and you log in as an agency, it's going to track what you have just done, and that will be on the system. In case that person wants to represent that receipt at another agency, it will indicate that it has been tendered before and some given for it. Number two, another way through which we can validate receipt is through SMS validation. And I'm sure we'll all have phones with send text messages to keep. Now, in SMS validation of this receipt, there are two forms. We have the normal validation and we have service rendering validation. Now, a taxpayer can come to you to validate receipt. When the person presents the receipt, what you do for the normal validation is that you text LASG space the receipt code. That's the number on the receipt, the alphanumeric on the receipt. So any of the number that is on that receipt. Now, when somebody brings in a receipt, there are some numbers that they will write for SMA validation. You send LASG space the receipt number, so the numbers that we have on the receipt. Now, for service rendering validation via SMS, you send LASG the receipt number and your own payer ID. LASG dash receipt space receipt number space your own payer ID. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But where we have that, it is your own payer ID. Mine is 524-558. So you include that so that that shows you are giving service for the person and it's going to be captured for that. Now the third one that is new on this receipt is what we call the QR code. The QR code. Now if you look at your receipt, please can you turn to page 19. Page 19, you see a copy of your receipt on that page. Towards the top left, you see a code, like a diagram there. That is the QR code. Now, when somebody brings in a receipt to validate, what you are going to do is, my colleague was talking the other time about smartphones. And I'm sure some of us have smartphones. We have the BB or we have Android phone. In validating this, please, if you have your phone, can you just bring it out so that we can run through this as a practical session before we come to the others. For those of us who are using BlackBerry,
we want to take the QR and take others.
Yes. For those of us using BlackBerry, please go to your BlackBerry Messenger. Some of my colleagues take it through it.
Can we assist them, please?
Go to BlackBerry Messenger, click on Invite BBM Contact. Then click on Scan a PIN code. Are we there? Okay. Click on Scan. Yes. Then let's focus on the QR code. Yes, start scanning. It's going to pick it and take it to a browser, which you are going to click on.
Somebody has gotten it.
Do you have anybody who has completed the process?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I use QR.
So when somebody brings in a receipt, you can validate through the QR code. That's all you need.
Let's make sure we all do it, please. Make sure you are able to do it. Madam, have you been able to do it there? And it shows you the numbers. Hello. Are you settled? Are you able to do it? The SMS validation, and now we go to the website. Right. Take another phone that I've done before so that you can use this one.
You are using channel for no border. Channel for.
Yeah, read the manual, you see why you can download the driver.
You have techno.
Maybe if it's
You can download it and work applied.
Tell us to proceed if you are.
If you are good to go, please let us know so that we can proceed. All right. Please, can we look up? That's for the QR code. I want to take us through the web validation. Like I said, you log into www.lasg-EBS-RCM.com.
Can we be together step by step? And log on to that website.
Okay, let's log on. If you have your smartphone or you have a laptop with you, let's do that together.
Yeah. You can do it on your phone or your laptop. Your phone has a browser. Can you read the web address or you open a notepad and type it there?
You are there?
You are there already.
Okay.
Okay. So
So you come to this right side where you have validate your receipt. You click on it. Takes you to another page. If you have the page, please let us know. You have it. Okay. Let's use the receipts we have on page 19. Look at the receipt number at the top right side. It's an alphanumeric. Up 10. Are we there? Receipt number, which one it is? Okay, after filling in the receipt number, the next column, we put in our phone number.
Is you as an agency that you want to validate.
Then after our phone numbers, we click on validate.
Yeah, you will be people that want to validate. It's your phone number, yes.
So after that, let's click on validate. Please, if you are validated, can you signify? Okay. So it brings up some information which you are going to use to verify the receipt number. Like I said the other time, you look for 4 items. Now you look at the receipt number on the system. Is it the same with the receipt that is presented to you that you are validating? Yes. Okay, you look at the amount paid. 5,000. Okay. Look at the name of payer. And the same thing we have on the then you look at the date of payment.
I can't use my laptop because I don't have. I can't use it.
And it's tallies with what you have on the receipt. Then it shows that the receipt is genuine, it's valid. Otherwise, this page will bring you a message that says that receipt not found or transaction not found. So that's that for the well validation. But I said there are 2 processes. The other one we look at it when we are having the session so that we can set them. But for the SMS validation, please can we bring out our phones?
That is for those who do not have a BlackBerry or Android phone, sophisticated phone, ordinary phone.
Maybe you don't have a smartphone.
1,000 naira, 1,500 phone of whatever. You can use SMS. The idea of this is whatever you have, you should be able to work. If you don't have laptop, you don't have internet, but you have a cheap phone, maybe 500 naira phone, you can send SMS. You should be able to validate.
So let's try that. LASG. The L capital. The other LASG space. Now let's still use the same receipt we have on page 19. Type in that receipt number, the receipt code. Space 10563250 /
Let's ensure we get involved by doing it. Do it once, we can never forget.
Then let's send it to any of the numbers we have on.
Can we see the number on the screen?
So you have it on your manual.
Call the number.
070. Any of these numbers?
So your manual too?
Yes, on your manual. Yeah, you can send it.
Send it to any of us.
Let's know if you have received any confirmation. Can we adjust the normal before that? But of course, if you have it on your phone, you can use it.
You think I'm using this method?
Check which of these number is active. I think they were telling me that there is no ask us, let's go on. Okay, give them this seat. Why they are trying Mind you, anyway, your phone has network issues. You can move on. When you see your reply, let's move on.
All right, probably before we bring this session to a close, I would like to entertain one of the questions.
And then let me chip in something. The whole idea is not just to play, it's not just to keep deploying and deploying music. You know, we tested web validation, SMS validation, another QR code, we tried using of varieties of formats we can possibly have. And why that stress? We have been confronted with places that why is our receiving forged? Why this forgery? Why people can design? Even American dollar, you know, it's in the street of Lagos. The power behind the receipt we are talking about, it's not that design, it's not that color, it's not that beautiful lettering, it's not that. It's the power behind it is ability to validate it and verify the genuinity anywhere you are in the whole world, not at this service point alone. Now by the use of your phone or a special, very expensive phone, a cheap phone in the market can do it. You can do it on any network, on any laptop with the internet. Are we together? So, ladies and gentlemen, we appeal to you. Let us take this message back that receipt can be printed on a toilet roll or the serviette paper. It is not the beauty of their color that you printed out or those things there or the kind of quality of paper. No. It's just for us to have something handy. That is why we print it on paper. If you validate with the message presented, don't just take any receipt on face value or accepting it, say, okay, this person is my friend, or this person is my boss, or this person cannot tell her. No. Take it, validate it, then accept it, then treat it, then offer value for it. If you have not done that, you have thrown away money, because people can go anywhere to design more beautiful receipts than this. That you will prefer to take the fake to this one, because that one will look more original, just like dollar, American dollar. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't mind taking this book or going over this process all over again. The CD in your bag also contains this process. Go and watch it, CBT. It will tutor you how to go about it. It's very clear and plain and clear. The pictures also clear. Any question you have now, please feel free to ask us before we proceed.
Okay, one.
In a situation whereby you receive that validated, and on your card, the amount you paid are not included, what's the possible cost for that? Because a couple of times taxpayers come and say they make payments, but on their card there's no money on it.
Okay, so that's the issue with card.
Yeah.
All right, we look at that. I think the next session after now should be the ETC card. So we'll address that.
There was a time I had a little issue with the receipt. The guy who payments this morning, like around 9, got receipt for processing, material processing. So I wanted to find the receipt. I tried to look up, no record from it. It was on the second day. And now I'm trying to just trying to provide show the receipt now. So now saw this condition coming up. What's the space? I wanted to see what the problem is from the bank.
Yeah, the transaction was made in
It was
the
1
morning, 9 in the morning, and the receipt brought to you what time?
What 9:30 around 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah.
The receipt brought to you
Yes.
at 9:30.
Yes.
By what means do you try to validate?
Or online through this
The web.
the web. So it was saying no record from the second day. I didn't try the time again.
What transaction was that?
Direct assessment was on
Direct assessment. It says that.
So the second day, now go on.
Because for the receipts to have been generated, let me explain the process to you. Server is seated where it is. Is a client's server application. The client is distributed to all bank branches. Everywhere there is a branch of the bank, collecting money. And they power on their system. When they open the application, it immediately talks to the server. And when they do any transaction on it, you will see that as soon as they capture pay ID and you bring every other thing, which revenue, which agency, which amount, name, and all those things, it's interactive like that, simple and simple. And as soon as they click the button to commit the transaction, that this money is paid. Because of the integration between the EBS-RCM application and bank application, it saves the transaction to the bank application. It saves it on the client's machine who is processing it. It saves in the bank, the card, the person processing it. If you are a user that you've gone there with your tax card, it saves on your card. And it's also transmitted to the central EBS-RCM database. You can see where data cannot get lost or get missing. That person that has brought that paper receipt, who has well come and give you his tax clearance, you see the chip on it. you can as well present that for you to see the receipt there. And as soon as that thing hits the server, you know what happens immediately? It acknowledges by sending a message, and that message is what forms the receipt. And if at the bank they are able to print that receipt immediately, because it's an automated, it's just like give and take. Every time you pay money to the state, he acknowledges by sending back the receipt to them. And once they are able to print that receipt, something triggers the generation of that receipt on the server. It means the server receives payments information and you generate a receipt and send it to whoever has sent that transaction, and that transaction can only come from a bank. Are you with me? Are you with me? If it's a tax clearance thing you are talking, you want to validate it, but when it is receipt, a transaction of money paid, just like they said to that day, that you can sit at the comfort of your office or your room. Every hour you monitor the money coming to the state coffers. Yes, as soon as the money is posted, that report run there, you will see all the money being paid every minute, every second. So once that receipt or that payment have been posted and acknowledged by sending receipt to the client and is printed out, anywhere you are, what you have done, all these processes of validating that receipt, what we mean by corrected of the receipt is that the payment is actually in the state. It's not a fictitious design or gathering of information, whether they've stumbled on somebody's receipt, they've seen the receipt number and they try to form something similar that look like original. If you try to validate and they say the record cannot be found, in fact, don't argue, don't let the person go. Reconfirm, do well, do your QR code by scanning. By the time you try it through and you do not go, ask the person, teach the person to do it. In case maybe you may say your phone is biased, let the person do it. Because some those tax players are ignorant. It will be their son or their friend or their best friend or their boss that has done that by going the wrong person. So what would possibly cause what you have said, why you cannot immediately validate it, to be the network or the device you are using? Yeah. Maybe the internet fails, don't quite mean that. Or if it is your phone, maybe your phone lost connection. Are we together? For the receipt to have been generated, it has hit the server. No two ways to it. Because the client's machine cannot generate the server. It only receives the instruction from the server before it can be generated. So if you have that understanding at the back of your mind, you can be able to query further and guide the user appropriately.
For your question, let me just quickly chip in more important information. Still on page 16, there is a column where we have receipts, validation, register. Now, the essence of validating this receipt when they present to us is not just for the fun of it. We are supposed to keep a register where we log in whatsoever receipt we have given service to. And this register has been designed, or EBS will help us to design or to put it up. Also, the process has been listed in this manner when you look at page 16 and 17. Please ensure we keep the register for validating any receipt that is presented to us. Finally, your questions.
Pertaining to the validation, I have one experience some time ago. It was due to pay. After calculating the returns, receipt for certain company, at the end of the day, there was a shortfall. The H1 was higher than the